What's up, y'all? It's your boy Showtime Doctor. This is going to be your character guide for Sword of Convallaria. Going to go over every detail, what they do, how to upgrade them, what it affects, and what levels you gotta be. So let's get into the screen here. So I actually got pretty lucky in the closed beta. I managed to get, with a bonus, every single banner unit. So we'll use, let's see. Well, first let me go over this screen. So it's going to show the combat rating of your character, their class type, if you know your counters, how it is. Like this unit's basically, or I think they call it a destroyer, but it's a rogue assassin. It counters the big bruiser type unit here. The bruiser type units counter the shield slash tanky type units, and then you get your dark and your lights. They counter each other like most games. So on this screen, for the most part, the only other thing to look for, after you pull, you'll look for this little dot here. I guess it's more of like a diamond on the right side of your character. That just means that you can star them up. You've gotten copies of them. So you come over here, and starring them up means you improve their traits, you get them bonus stats. So here's the number right here. And you're just gonna star them up. I left this one just so I could do this for this video. Give you a little bit of stat increase. And it improves the passive. So some characters have really strong passives. In this case, magic attack 12, when attacked in the injured states. There are states, I'm going to go over that in the battle tutorial video. Deals 20% fire damage AoE to all enemies in a 2-tile radius. So actually, even though this character is blue, the dark-like units can actually be good. There's actually different factions and stuff that buff each other, but we'll go over that another time. So here's your basic character screen. Now level is as it says. You use this currency up here, you hit plus, and you level them up to whatever your desired level is. Pretty self-explanatory. This is going to tell you the different categories. So this is an alacrity character. If you use it with other characters of the same type, there's certain things in the rank screen, which will go in next, that'll give bonuses to characters that are all in the same type. So it is good to have, built up gold units, built up smaller units. They also have multiple, so pulls from the Papel states as well as a drifter. And there's various bonuses. We'll go to the rank screen right now. Rank screen's probably the most important thing about your character. So what's going to happen is, at the very beginning, there's going to be ranks to farm. And as you can see here, there's 2 separate trees on each side. So get myself over a little bit. And different classes, so assassination, survival. But you're free to choose whichever side you want every time you get to a new rank. So when you get to a new rank, they're level gated, but you're going to use currency that you can farm. It's going to give you stat bonuses as well as eventually different skills. So when you get to the different rank, you're going to have to decide, do I want the skill on the right? Do I want the skill on the left? And as you can see, what I was saying earlier, for all alacrity allies in battle, increases attack by 10, defense 20, crit 15, crit damage. So there's buffs for the different factions that you can unlock with certain characters, should you choose to go that route. Now, you can only choose one side or the other. However, there is a farmable currency over here called the Castilla. Very rare. Most of the time you get them from wholly completing things, like entire chapters of stories, as well as events and little side bonuses in the game. But it is the rarest material, so do not spend these frivolously. I can a little bit because I'm in the closed beta. I don't get to keep this account. As you can see, I have both these skills right here on the rank screen, rank 3. But for the most part, you got to choose one or another. Now, there's different character guides I'm going to supply. Anyways. So yeah, you get to choose one or another. You can read about what they do, which side you want to go down. These are the basic stats down here that I'm covering. So you got physical attack, magical attack, physical defense, magical defense, your health, and this is the speed of the character. So the higher the speed, the faster they're going to go in the turn order. As in like 1 to... Say there's 6 enemies, you got 5 people, so 1 to 11. Your character's the fastest, they go first every turn. If they're the slowest, you know how that works. So, and then over here, you got your gear. Gearing's pretty simple. You come over here. This is where you're going to actually improve the gear. So normally you'll be using this currency up here, Radiant Power, and you need a lot of it, especially early game, and gold to level up your things in 10 level increments. Every 10 levels, you're going to have to get this material, ores, to keep improving it farther and farther. And it's also level gated as well. So previously, the ranks, they're level gated about every 5 levels at a certain point. I think you can get the first 3 pretty quickly, and then from there, it's every 5 levels. This one's basically, from what I've seen, it's been 10 levels, yeah. So you get your weapon to a certain point, you gotta have level 30 to get it higher, and etc. Level 40. Right now, I'm stuck on level 40 with this weapon. Also, if you get dupes of the weapon, this is where you would take the dupe, and you would add it, and every time you add a dupe, it stars up the weapon. So it keeps increasingly getting to, you see the multiplier is 40, 40, 30. Eventually it's 80, 80, 30. The cooldown of 2 turns versus 3 turns. So your weapons get better. And then gear engraving's the one thing we didn't get the chance to unlock because it takes getting to 8. Which they time gate the content, so I can only go to level 5 right now, and I'm level 31. I think I have to be 33 or 34 to unlock the next chapter, so that wasn't going to happen in a week in closed beta. This is weapon, some type of either armor or support item. In this case, it's a book that has an active. There's lots of weapons like that in the game. There's healing pots, but you can also just choose to put a certain armor piece that might have a certain thing. It might not. Depends on you. Gear works very much the same way that I just showed you. This one, however, these are like the Tarot Whispers. These cannot be star leveled. These can only be leveled up. As you level them up, they're going to get random side bonuses, and they can be the same, as you can see. So depending on what you get, I'm guessing gear engraving means that we can actually take these and re-roll them, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to read up about that. But you advance those by level. They unlock as they get higher, and they have a passive skill that generally stays the same. So, and then down here is going to be your skills. So you got your basic attack, of course. And then you can choose. All your skills are going to be here on the left side. You can drag and drop if you have more than 5, or I guess 4 in this case. And, you know, you could take them, you could unequip them, you could put them back. You just choose whichever ones you want. Eventually you're going to unlock a lot of skills on the characters, especially the ones you choose to use those orbs on. And then here is the bond in the upper right. The bond's going to take you to a screen. You should be clicking this at least a couple times a day, because it's going to give you passive farm on, it'll give you like 500 or so on the ranking. The ranking's going to give you bonuses to your character. I wouldn't say grind super hard on this because it is 1%, and especially early game, 1%'s not a lot. But at the same time, you should try to get the level 2 on most characters that you use, because it's still something. And you get the character avatar that you can use that to display on your profile, whatever else. It also has story about the character, biography, and their audio. It unlocks. This is where you would actually use whatever it is you want to use to level them up. There's a couple different bond things. And then that's pretty much it for the character screen. There are skins as well. Once you 5-star a character, you get certain skins for them. You can display them differently. In this case, Cole takes off her mask. You can sort your characters. I forgot to break that down in the screen. So you want to view them by legendary, certain types, whatever it is. Hey, there's all my legendary units, and come back, go back to all. That's how you do that. When you're in your base, the home decoration, it seems like it doesn't really do anything. It does do something. It affects your bond bonus here. So the more furniture you have, not displayed, but the more furniture that you farm up, you get a higher bond bonus, which means you're going to level the bond more quickly. In my case, I got it to level 7, so it's 160%. I did it in a week. They gave us some of the pay-to-win stuff, so, you know, you might be able to get, as a free-to-play player, to like level 4 or 5 in the first week, depending on how much you're grinding. And, you know, but this does affect it, so I did want to show you guys that. There's also a painting over here. You can switch it to the flag, other stuff, and it shows your bond level down here. To put them in a certain thing here. Yeah, you can have them interact. That's pretty much everything you can do with the characters from that screen. There are a couple more screens. The talent screen right here. You come in here, this is your passive tree for the classes. So you come over here, and you basically, you know, you can upgrade. These are your tactics you can use in combat. That's a separate thing from the characters, but you can also upgrade. Here's all your breakers' defenses. And then their attacks. You can level their physical attacks, and they have different things. Their HP's over here. And as you get in, you get damage taken decrease, and there's all types of things, and that's for every class. The higher ranking you unlock, which is over there on the left. This is all farmable currency that you can farm as well. The higher ranking that you unlock, the more path nodes you can unlock, but it's also rank gated. So say you get like a really good destroyer, right? We're like, well, damn, I want to level up my destroyer's attack or defense or whatever it is that makes them special. You come over here and you do that. I would recommend in every tree, at first, definitely come and get whatever the tactic is for the different classes. They all have different ones. Definitely do that first with all your points, and then take your best characters, increase their attack, your tanks, increase their defense and their health. All characters, honestly, increase their health, especially if you're going PvP, heavy PvP route. And then over time, you can choose, like, oh, I'm more of a tactician. Okay, I'm going to increase my tactical points, increase my tactical skills, or I really like using watchers or breakers. You can increase those things. Though, let's go. I want to show you guys where you actually farm. So you go to the voyage. You come over here to Crossing Worlds. That's not going to be unlocked right when you get in, but it will eventually as you progress. And this is where you farm all the various things. So I'll go in order. Tarot, that's where you farm the 3rd slot gear for your character. Weapon, self-explanatory, that's where you farm your weapons. Memory, definitely hit that every day. That's where you get character shards. You get the character shards of the characters that you take in. So in this game, you technically only need 1 dupe and all the character shards that you can get to max them. That's all you need. You don't need like 6 dupes like most other games, or 5 dupes, whatever it's going to be. So very free-to-play friendly as far as pulling the characters goes and maxing the characters. You just got to farm this every day. Make sure you farm that one every day. Level up, that's for leveling your character's level. Rank up, that's why I showed you with the ranks, with the different skills and the trees with the 2 choices. You're going to be coming to rank a lot. Star, that was that passive place that I just showed you with the passive tree for the classes. You need to come in here and farm material for that. Radiant Forge, that's for your weapons, everything for your weapons. Tower of Conquest, that's its own separate thing, a separate game mode where there are good rewards in there, but not necessarily character dependent. And that's pretty much it for your character building.